Okay, we are ready to start.
Okay, this is the All American General meeting. We did have an All American Chairs meeting the other night. We have Mark Jedow, who is girls and para chair. We have Don Mason here, who's the diving chair. We have Tim Sirois, who's the boys chair. He's also president-elect. Incoming president. I think, I don't know, what, 6 hours he'll be president. We have Marney Shirley, who's our academic chair. I think that's all the All-American chairs, unless I'm missing somebody. We do have Diane Hicks Hughes, our current president and soon to be past president, which is a lot more fun, Diane, I can tell you. I see Arvel McElroy, who has too many jobs to really mention them all. Pete Hugo, who is our rules and professional awards. Matt Stewart, who's been jumping on several meetings. Thank you, Matt. And he's our national dual meet ranking and PowerPoint. Let's see, am I missing? There's Russ Ingold out of Kansas. And Tom, our treasurer. And I'm sorry, but I do not know the first name. Is it Gudrun? Gudrun? I'm terrible with names. Anyway, so the basic purpose of this meeting is to allow members to ask questions. You know, I guess make comments. We have spent, well, basically a year now, really moving and changing and accommodating as the situation changes, as states cancel seasons, move seasons, all the things that they're doing. We have dealt with academic All-Americans who didn't have a season, but we felt that was a place that we could honor them. So it's been interesting, and we're still waiting to find out what California is going to do this year. We've heard rumors that they would be started by now, and I don't believe they have, but they're going to be hopefully starting soon. We have Colorado boys who will be ending June 25th, I think. We've moved our drop dead deadline to July 1st at 11:59 Eastern time. Our diving, All-American diving panel will be meeting about a month late. They'll be meeting the 7th through the 10th of July. The All-American chairmen have been doing just a tremendous job. Every year we get a little quicker. Every year we get a little more efficient. And they just, once that deadline hits, they just, well, they're working before that, but they really put it in gear and get everything all put together. They send it to me. I send it to our certificate print shop, which is Allegra in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I send it to Eve. She gets it up there on the website, and it goes out to, social media and all that. And they're just, they do a tremendous job. They just do a tremendous job. So I guess what I'd like to do is open this up to see if anybody has any questions, anything that we can answer for you. If you have a question specific to a program and you want to address it to that chair, or you want to address it to me, whatever you would like to do.
I have one question, and it's more for Eve and maybe Dick than anything else. Is there a timeout interval that's set on the applications Because when I was doing Academic All American, if I would get distracted, I mean, if I got, if I was doing it like, for instance, if I were trying to do it at practice and walked away from the computer for like 5 minutes or so, I would get an error message, and then you had to wipe everything out and start completely over with the application.
Yes, there is a timeout, and that is set by our host. I think we have it set high enough now. The only people who should have problems would be scholar team applications where you're having to put in 30 to 50 names. But yes, there is a timeout, and you can't just walk away in the middle of your application and then come back to it, because it will shut down on you. So my recommendation is do your apps when you have time to. You've got everything in front of you. You've got all your paperwork that you need. A lot of the applications have checklists of all the things that you're going to need. The school's address, your address, the athlete's address for most of these, you must have that. And then once you've got everything all together, you should be able to go through those applications pretty quickly. And if you're a NISCA member, it'll auto-populate your information, so you don't even have to put in your address and contact information or your school information. It's just a matter of getting the athlete's information in there.
And do we contact you if our auto-populated information is incorrect?
No, nope. There is a lovely little link on the website that says edit my membership information. And you click on that and you log in, and then you change the information. And then you click the update button, and it is saved in perpetuity. It's also helpful if you have listed a school email address and you are not getting, for example, password resets or the things that you've been requesting from the website. You should go in there once I get you unlocked and change that to a personal email address, because most schools are blocking anything that really isn't coming from within the school community. So yeah, if you have a school email address, you should definitely go in and update that.
And Eve, that takes care of everything except for an email change. Where
No, you can change your email in there too.
if you have the old one, you can change it.
Yeah,
It doesn't send you the new one to your old email anymore.
well, so if you're trying to update your password and your old email is in there, that's where it's going. So in that case, you are going to have to get in touch with me if you don't have access to the email address that you were using before, or it just isn't sending. Then you would contact me and I can reset your password. Once I've done that, you can go in and edit your membership information and change the email address there. Okay.
The online applications are so much quicker and so much easier than they used to be. Kudos to your dad and anyone else that worked on those, and all of the chairs for working to get that all online. It's been great.
You can give Don Mason kudos, since he was the guinea pig about 15 years ago or 14, I don't know, long time ago. He was the first online, and obviously he endured some things there that the other programs didn't have to. But you are right, Eve and Dick have done a tremendous job. The chairs have done a great job of, when they find problems, they let Eve and Dick know, and most minor problems can be fixed relatively quickly. If it gets into some major programming, then that's a summer job. And what we normally do at the one of the things we try to do at the chairs, the All American Chairs meeting, is we for years we would go through and basically, for each program, they would tell us, Dick attends that meeting, and they would tell us what we need to do, what we need to fix. And so they've been tinkering with that, and Dick's been fixing it, one bug at a time, one programming change at a time. And they all are in pretty good stead right now.
It's a really amazing. I remember sitting in Omaha conceptualizing this whole thing when we were talking about it for diving, and understanding that it could grow and become what it is. And I don't think any of us could have imagined how far it's come. I can never say enough about the work that Dick has done on this. He's really gone above and beyond.
I gotta tell you, this is what I envisioned, but I had no clue how to make it happen. So that's all Dick and Eve helped a lot with that,
And Ryan,
right, you know, just they've done a tremendous job. I think that was my wife sneaking by, but
isn't that amazing with the forgotten Ryan? But he did a lot.
does anybody have any other questions or Art? Good to see you, Art. Anybody have anything?
Can I ask a question? Hi, I'm a brand new member, and I try to submit my recommendation for All American. So I started the process, and then I realized I have to print out my copy. I don't have a printer here with me, so I have to restart it again. But that's not the. Oops.
You've muted.
Okay. My problem is I cannot upload the results. Can I send them in via mail?
Which program are you applying for?
For the
Male,
All
female,
American
male or female swimming?
female swimming. It was a state meet out in Pennsylvania at the Cumberland Valley High School. So
There's no link to the results?
There is
there
a link.
is-
There is
there
a link.
is,
I
but
can,
I
I can
have
put
a-
the link in the chat for you right now if you want.
okay,
I can get that to you right now.
Thank
That's
you,
the same
Matt.
state. That's the same state I'm in. So I have that link. I just submitted one earlier this week, so I can send it to you in the chat. I'll put it in there in about 30 seconds.
thank you. I think it's my Mac computer who is not very good at it.
The other thing that you can do is email the All America chair directly. So that would be actually Mark Jetto. And you can just send a copy of that link to him
Okay.
and just include
Yeah,
the,
I have, okay. Could I get his email address?
It's on the website. And
Oh,
it's,
okay,
it
As I
tells you
said,
if
I
if there's
brand new.
anything to send in, there's
Yeah.
an email address on there.
because
You
I
can-
only have his address in San Antonio. That's what's on the paper.
Right. If you go to the contact section on the
Okay.
website, it's there as well.
Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Oh.
your help.
I'll double check and make sure Dick has those email addresses listed along with addresses too, because that'll be important information.
Can it be the PO box, not my address, please?
Well, I mean, yours is probably already listed as the PO box. I know the addresses are on there. I just don't know about the the email addresses.
And Coach, when you go to put the link in, if it tells you there's an error, occasionally what'll end up happening is for some reason the website puts a prefix code of like niscaonline.org in front of it.
Okay.
So just make sure it's only copy and pasting this portion of it into the field. Otherwise it'll pop up as an error on your end. Sometimes they come through funny that way.
What I just got is in the link is the seeding and not the results.
Let's see.
The meat program.
Matt is looking for the other one
Yeah.
all right now.
You know, it says complete, it's just the seating one. It's on PAA.org.
There it is. The-
I did the seating. I did hit the seating one. So
Okay,
they
yes,
still
yes,
have them
I
up
got
there.
it. Okay, thank you so much.
Glad
Appreciate
to
it.
hear, Matt.
Yeah, this was a strange year for Pennsylvania on the way they posted their results, because
Yes.
the prelims results didn't go into the final seed sheet and just say prelims, they said seed. And so if something came up in seed, I had to go backtrack for some coaches to find the prelim result.
There were no prelims this year. It was
Yeah,
just
it's
all
weird.
final.
It was just,
Final.
I got this a couple times where it just said seed. I think it was pulling the times. Because when it says seed time, I have to go look for the other meet. That's what they were using, is sending me in the result that said seed.
I got you.
Use the
Seed is a psych sheet.
Mhm.
Yeah, typically, but there were some results I got in that were for some, I don't know, it was another state or somebody had their prelims times ended up being put in as seed times for finals. It was kind of an odd. I thought it was Pennsylvania. It was probably maybe Indiana.
Maybe it was a slow
we did that
spinal.
last year.
It was definitely Indiana was one
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, that's right. They were pulling stuff from weird places. So yeah, but as long as we get the link, we can find it. Sometimes and if the coach can't find it, sometimes I can find it, backtracking through other resources. So
And this is a good time to remind people, since we're recording this and hopefully other people will be watching it, that it is important that you make sure that you get the results for the specific meet that time was swum in, so that our AA chairs don't have to spend half an hour digging through the internet trying to find the kids swim. So, you know, and if you can, if it's in multiple files, just, you know, send in the one event file or something, just to make it easier for them to get to that time to verify it.
and if it's a dual meet, do not send us the handwritten copy of the results. We need the official team manager export, meet manager PDF final, because we have to show that the splits that are there. I've had a few coaches have to come back this year and resend me the stuff with all the splits and materials, because they were sending me the handwritten score sheets. I'm like, that's great for the name being in the meet, but I need the official time with the results to show that there are splits coming in from a automated timing system.
Yeah, and if you don't have an automated timing system, you should call IST.
Nice plug there. That was good.
Well, they are kind of the sponsor of the program.
That is true.
Anybody have anything else?
Well, I'd just like to remind people again, the coaches, that we are accepting your academic All-American and your Scholar Team apps if your team did not swim due to COVID. And we're accepting the Scholar Team apps for teams that are short on numbers due to COVID restrictions. In that case, you'll have to contact me so I can tell you how you can put in your app, because you have to have 12 people in order to submit it. And also new this year will be a combined Scholar Team, where if you do not have enough athletes of one gender to fill out a team, you may combine it with the other gender, so that you have a team of 12, up to 24 athletes. And if you will contact me, if you can do that, I will let you know how you fill out the form.
Thanks, Marty. All right. Does anybody have anything else? Chairs, do you have anything that I've neglected to say?
Just a reminder to spread the word about the para applications. We did really well last year. This year, not so many apps. Hopefully, we'll start seeing a few as we get into the spring.
And
And a
I'd even
reminder
say,
Go ahead, Tim.
I would even say just spread the word about getting applications in to any coach who you see results in your state meet. For someone who may be newer to coaching their team, and let them know, get those applications in, because we're always getting people who say, how come my kid isn't listed? Because you don't get to be All-American unless you get an application. So if you can help spread that word too, that would help us, especially that.
That's exactly what I was going to refer to. We get a lot of emails in the late spring after the deadline closes. Why isn't my child on the list? And it's usually from parents. They're like, well, you need to talk to your coach, because your coach was the one that needed to send in the application.
Anybody else?
One of the things that I would say is if you are going to put in an All America application and you have not yet renewed your NISCA membership, you need to make sure you get that email from the renewal before you put your application in. It can take PayPal 24 to 48 hours. Sometimes they put a hold on it for a week or two. We're not sure why, but it does eventually go through. It's not immediate. So maybe plan on renewing your membership and then waiting a day and then putting your applications in, and make sure that you get the email. And if it goes through PayPal and you have not received an email from NISCA, you can reach out to registration, and they can check to see if it got stuck, because sometimes PayPal doesn't send all the information, so it gets stuck in kind of limbo. Sometimes it goes through twice, and so you can't log in because your email address is now in there 2 times. So we can fix that very quickly. You just need to let us know if there's a problem.
And lastly, double check your applications for all spelling. That is often, I've been having to do a lot of zip code corrections, spelling corrections coaches have sent in on addresses. So make sure those things are correct before you hit the submit button, double check it. If you do find out an error, feel free to email us. We will do our best to get that correction put in and respond to you with the correction we've made. I've had several zip code ones that had to be fixed and addresses that have been fixed so far. So,
And it needs to go to the chair. It can go to me and I will forward it to the chair, but it's just one more step. And also be sure you put your athlete's address. We send directly to the athlete. If you put school address or your address and they come up missing, then we don't replace those. That's on you. And that happens every once in a while. We don't have a lot, but we still have a few coaches who insist on putting their address or the school's address. And then, mom emails me and we got to track it down, and we encourage them to talk to the coach, because the coach probably has them, just hadn't got them out yet.
The other thing that comes up every once in a while on my is that we'll get academic applications included in the athletic ones. And we might just have a reminder that they go to separate people, and whether it's swimming, diving, men's, women's, academic, they all go to different people. So people should be aware of it.
And that probably happens with diving and academic, because both of them have to send in snail mail information, where with swimming, they don't have to, and in theory, water polo, they don't have to. So, well, if nobody has anything else, I say go eat lunch early. We do have our second NISCA general meeting, and I believe that's 1 o'clock Eastern. Is that correct, folks?
Yes.
Okay, how many people, just raise your hand if you're in Central. You're in Central time zone. Yeah, okay, well, for you guys, it's gonna be noon. I've had a hard time translating everything. I look at it, I see one thing and go with it, so. I'm here to help you. It's noon. And we will, let's see, we'll be hearing from our candidate for president-elect. And we only have one candidate for treasurer as well. He's a newcomer. Only been treasurer for about 28, 29 years, something like that. So those are two of the major things. I think we might have possibly a leftover committee report. I think I think our water polo chair will be there. So, and I guess we get, did we get deep in the weeds, Diane, with the constitutional amendments, bylaws? Or is that the third meeting?
No, we get deep in the weeds.
Okay, so if you haven't looked at the constitutional amendments, bylaws, there's 3 of them. And they have to do with a lot of what we're going through right now. And I think we're gonna also briefly touch on the cleanup, housekeeping, as Dana likes to call it, that Dana and Arvel did with the Constitution to make it a little more in line with what we're doing, not changing anything, really just housekeeping. So, all right, that's all I got. Anybody? Okay, that's all I've got. So, we will see everybody in about an hour and a half.
Oh, look.
He's a boy. He doesn't have his top knot on today, so I consider that a win.
Mark, you look much better